WIFTV-PM.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene, McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence, Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. And continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
Chip on my shoulder, big as a boulder. From all the years I've been doubted, left out, and simply looked over like niggas ain't see the massive potential. I see murder weapons wall, you seize a pad and a pencil. I do for self, I learned you worth more when you ask for nothing. Thoughts of killing shit, my brain's a weapon of mass destruction. Nuclear thoughts lead to atomic verses. Me and Max attack with a common purpose. I stole on niggas, you stole out your mama purses. You bitch niggas been disloyal since KB Toys. The streets gave me poise, no Melvins, just a bunch of Rodneys and baby boys. Listen, I'm not the one that you should try your luck with. Get abducted, fucked up, and then left in a rusted bucket, biatch. Sick train of thought, only y'all can conduct it. Just when they thought I was dusted and not a touch, I adjusted, and bounced back like I had Spalding on me. I am God, the clouds open, now the sun's rays is falling on me. To the heavens is calling on me, my shit gon' be elite. Your shit is mystery meat, you say it's beef, but it's all baloney. And fuck these niggas and all they homies, they all is phonies. I'm riding till the wheels fall off this bitch and it's stalling on me. It's alarming these rappers think that we all in the same ballpark. Fuck y'all thought the disrespect is appalling. Standing over the witch's cauldron, concocting murderous plots to help me further my spot. Guess you can say I'm stirring the pot. Heard a lot of niggas think they fucking with the overlord or going overboard. Potent dope that spoke from vocal cords. The key to success is possessing a gift that can open doors. Therefore the flow is nasty like infected open source. You a knight in rusted armor, equipped with a broken sword. Throwing rocks at a fire-breathing dragon, provoking wars. These is more than rhyming words, my nigga. I'm no thesaurus, I'm too complete for you to compete. My shit deep as the ocean floors. But yet I'm barely scratching the surface. Trust me, it's more to come. So motherfucking hot, I ignore the sun. Imagine if Yvonne Thomas ignored the conscience and chose to abort a son. We never would've got to bear witness to this historic run. It's effortless when I spit these descriptive works of art. I hurt your heart with these harsh realities till it burst apart. It's feeling like I'm about to have a great year. I take the fear and hate here and turn it into Shakespeare, motherfucker. Fuck you mean, bitch.
Happy Sunday, everybody, and a good morning. It is officially time to get your red cups out because it's time to have a kickback with your favorite guys talking NFL Sunday football live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. It is officially the Kickoff Kickback. I am your host, Terrence Tomlin, coming to you with my brothers, man, the one and only Eugene McIntosh, the one and only Herb Howard. Good morning, y'all, man.
What's happening, good people?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Kickback.
Welcome, man. Let me know how y'all feeling on this Sunday morning.
Man, hold on.
I hope it's easy like Sunday morning, right?
Oh,
it must have been mad real last night, bro.
You see, I got on the all black.
It's only right, man. Listen, it's a very, very sad day for the culture. Young brother who spent some time in the city.
He did.
Had his feet on the soil for quite some time, put some numbers up, put on for the city. R.I.P. to Nate Robinson, man.
Whew.
R.I.P. to Nate Robinson, man.
Ooh-wee.
The brother died last night. And, I can only hope that early on Sunday morning,
yes,
he has arisen. Because what happened to him last night was sad and unfortunate. He's a good dude. He a real brother. He tried to put on for the culture. The white boy be going around kind of trolling the culture, trolling athletes, trolling rappers. And Nate Robb was one of the dudes to step up and say, man, I'll fight dude that. Didn't go well.
It did not go well. Last night at the Mike Tyson pay-per-view, Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. What did he go, 2 rounds?
a round and a fifth.
It was bad, bro.
It was bad from the opening bell, though.
It was bad from jump.
Well.
For the record, I told you so, Herb.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was just rooting for Nate Robb because he one of us.
Yeah.
He the guys. And
he had nothing to go off of. It was his first fight ever.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a recipe for an L.
right.
Look.
R.I.P. to the homie, man.
Nate has arisen. Nate says, "Thank you, everyone, for all of the well wishes. I'm okay."
I didn't see no well wishes. I saw a bunch of jokes.
No, did y'all see Quentin
You
Richardson?
well wishes. Go ahead.
What Q said?
It was from people he knew personally, right?
Well, remember he said he was fighting for the culture. He was fighting for his NBA brothers
Right.
and
His
all
kids,
of that. Yeah, and
yes.
I'm like,
Right.
that sounds good, Nate, but no. But let's go back to Nate's statement. Thank you, everyone, for all of the well wishes. I'm okay. I appreciate Triller for the opportunity, as well as everyone that has backed me during the fight. To my coaches, trainers, fans, and teammates, I appreciate all of the time and support you guys put in with me. It wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but I'm thankful for the opportunity to fight on the biggest stage that there has been. Hold that.
You know what? That happened after he counted the purse, right? After that bag was secured, he's like, you know what? I'm going to be all right.
Was the purse really worth it? Was it about the purse?
I hope it was, because if it was about the culture, that he just went out sad. You know what I mean? And not because, like you said, Herb, I like Nate Robb. And
We
I
all
feel
like
that was
Nate
come
is
on,
the
we all
homie,
like
man.
Lil Nate. Come
Nate is
on.
the homie, man.
I ain't want to see him get knocked out like that.
Well, they saying that they only was supposed to get like $600 for that.
No, that was just the initial. I forgot, like the initial statement that came out during the fight. I saw that too, Ron, but I'm pretty sure after everything was over, that purse was going to be a little bit more than that, because you saw
Absolutely.
everybody else's. It was like no way that all of the undercards, and that was the fight before the main event. There's no way that they only got $600.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if Nate did it for $600, then he was starving for more than than
Doing it for the
for
culture.
the culture.
Let's talk about that real quick, man. And we don't got to spend too much time on this particular piece of it, but the culture, like the culture is a real slippery slope, man. It's a real iffy kind of wishy-washy thing. You talk about doing something for the culture and, putting on and kind of defending the culture against this white dude who go around trolling the culture.
Vulturing.
You know what I'm saying? All the time.
I had no idea.
I didn't know that
about
either.
Okay.
I didn't even know that till this morning, to be honest
Absolutely.
with you. It's a comedian from North Carolina named Odell. And he talked about this dude and who he is and trolling the culture and being a culture vulture and all this. And Nate Robinson stepping up and said, I'll fight the dude on behalf of the culture. But as soon as he got his ass knocked out, the culture shitted on him heavy.
Hey,
You can't scroll.
Snoop was in the building.
Snoop was having a great time. Snoop was the winner last night.
Facts.
What did they say, though? Hey, you can't play boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It ain't that,
Mess
man.
around and get hurt. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, the Bud Crawford. That was what I was gonna say when he fought Buddy a couple weekends
Mm-hmm.
ago. He was like, man, it's a difference in boxing and all them other sports. He's
Yeah.
like, you can play football, you can play basketball, but you can't
different.
play boxing.
Can't play boxing.
And that was evident last night. And I'm pretty sure Nate. I compare it to practicing, or working out with a trainer, basketball wise. You're in the gym, you're doing all these drills, you're getting all these shots up, you're doing the 1-2, you get to the lane, finish, boom, boom, boom. But then
Think
when
you
you get on
feeling
the
good.
court
Right.
and you do all that and you got 6'5" lengthy guard and then a 7-footer back there to deny all of that, there's a huge difference. And you got to adjust. And I feel like Nate should have had maybe a fight or two before this one.
absolutely. And one more question on this, on the Nate Robinson fight, because I want to ask y'all about the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Should Nate fight again? Does he have to redeem himself from that, or should he hang him up?
No.
Is
Walk
that
away.
it?
Walk away, my G. Walk away. And Nate is a fighter. Nate is scrappy. He was always willing to go to war. Smallest dude on the court. Always about that action. Him and my brother is homies, right? And so, Nate is he's just a real dude. Like, he like that all the time.
Right.
But, fam, didn't go well. It did not go well, and I don't think he should step back in that square.
Especially
At
at 30.
least.
Yeah, at 36. This
Yeah,
ain't the time
that's
when
a
you
whole
start
nother-
your fighting career.
And at least don't put it on TV, Nate. You know what I mean? If
Sugar
you
was
wanna-
done by this time.
Absolutely. I felt like that was a little bit dangerous for Nate, man. But the main event, man, Tyson.
Yeah.
Holyfield, man.
Yeah.
Yes, these guys are
Tyson
past
and
their prime.
Holyfield, huh?
Excuse me. Roy Jones, you see it's in my head. I got the ear biting thing stuck in my head from being a kid, folded in front of the TV watching it, man. But Tyson versus Roy Jones, man. Two guys that were clearly past their prime. But man, I was entertained.
Oh, it was very entertaining, man. How could you not be entertained? And what I expected from both is what I got from both. I expected Mike to go in for the kill. I expected Roy to be on defense the whole time, show a little 1-2 like he used to do, a little jab and
Stick and
get
move.
loose. Yeah.
Come on.
But both of them guys were exhausted by the end of round 2.
Yeah.
And Roy did his thing. But my favorite part of it was the end when Roy was basically holding himself
Oh,
up.
He
man.
This is like 30 minutes after the fight.
Yeah.
He still couldn't catch
Look,
his
you
breath.
look
They
at
said
Mike
Roy had
and
the
you look
boo-boo.
at Roy. Look at Mike and you look at Roy.
Yeah, he still couldn't catch his breath, man. It was bad, man.
Yeah, he had the blowed up cheeks.
Yeah.
When Mike Tyson
Them
started
shots,
talking.
man. Them body shots, man.
As soon as
He
I
kept it a
heard
buck.
that it was a no knockout rule,
Yeah.
I got worried about the body shots.
Right.
I'm like, hold on, them body shots could be.
Them joints add up.
Yeah.
So timeout. What's a no knockout rule?
Don't hit me in my face.
It's kind of
Boy,
like
man,
it's kind of like a gentleman's agreement that nobody's trying to knock anybody out.
Did you hear Mike before
But it
the
just-
fight with Jim Gray? He
With
said,
the-
"I'm going in.
Oh,
with,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going in with bad intentions."
Bad intentions on every punch. Yeah. Mike is gonna be Mike.
That-
And sometimes Mike dealing with some demons, man.
Yeah.
And he's in a better place now. It's good to see him. He's in a better place now. But sometimes them demons pop up. It was at one point he raised in the middle of the fight. He raised his foot up like I thought he was gonna
Yeah,
kick
he
him.
thought he was gonna kick him, and
I'm
Roy
like, somebody
did.
kick him?
Then Roy do the same
And
thing.
then he kind of caught himself like,
Like,
oh,
I'ma kick
Mike,
back,
relax,
bro.
bro. Like he deals with them demons, man. And it was good to see. Those are probably my two favorite fighters in my lifetime. Right.
Okay.
I give Floyd all the respect. He's a better boxer than Roy. I think he would win that fight. But just my two favorites in my lifetime, Mike and Roy Jones Jr. They've been my two favorite fighters. They probably two of my top 4 all time with Ali and Mayweather in there as well. But it was good to see them, man. It was hard to. I expected Mike to beat his ass. It was hard for me to ever root against Roy, but it was entertaining, man. It was entertaining. Glad I watched it. Glad they did it. If they put on for the culture for sure. I hope they never do it again.
You hope they never do it again, because in the back of my head, I'm like, can we get Tyson versus this Jake Paul guy?
That'd be raw. I heard they
Jake
talking about
Paul,
starting like a Legends.
That's what it
thing
was.
in
That was the
Virginia.
first event. That was the first one.
They
Mike,
talking about Dennis Rodman versus Ron Artest.
I'm loving that. Two absolutely insane characters, man. That would be absolutely great.
That should not be in the ring. Come on, Dennis. Don't do it.
That should be
Don't
in an
do it,
alley.
You
Dennis.
see Roy though, the post fight.
Nah.
Oh yeah, Roy said, if my kids, I got to talk to my kids,
Oh, yeah.
my family, and Tuscaloosa,
Wait from
Pensacola in the house.
Pensacola in the house.
Shout out to all my Russians.
Yeah,
What was
especially the
he-
Russians, though.
He was all over the place.
His top 5 NBA. You start running down NBA players' names.
Roy.
But did you hear him say everything hurt from Tyson?
That's what I said. At the end of the
Yeah.
fight, you saw him
Yeah.
he kept his arms because it was 100% real. Everything hurts, man. Whether he hits you with his head, he hits you in the head with his gloves, or he hits you in the body, that shit hurts.
Hey, it was an entertaining night. I don't know if it was 2020 or if it was just these guys itching to get back in the ring. But, man, it was an entertaining night,
It
man.
really
It
was.
something to enjoy and talk about in the morning. Hey, let's take a quick break real quick, man. When we get back, it's time to get down to business, man. The Bears have a game on Sunday night versus
Man,
Do we
Mitch
have
back.
to?
W.
Cheeseheads.
Mitch back.
Do we have to?
Oh, we got to, man. When we get
See?
back, we're going
See?
to raise our red cups and talk business, man. You're at the Kickoff Kickback.
Yep.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
The
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
What the fuck be making niggas think they can fuck with me? Stay with a small circle to ensure I stay sucker free. Peace to the niggas rockin' those that truly got love for me. To the women that be lusting me, they dreaming of fucking me. Lick your fingertips and rub your clitoris and let my voice bring you the climax. My raps is more real than any 3D or IMAX. Listen and digest this fly shit like Venus flytraps. Side-eyed niggas that speak on my city is Chirac. Niggas love glorifying stupid shit, the useless shit in front of cameras, goofy capping, act as if you used to shit. With Max producing shit, how could I fall short? I hit the booth and get the kicking shit of all sorts. Listen, I'm just a product of the inner city. I remember plenty nights there wasn't any lights and with no dinner in me. I was in tune with the harsh realities of life at an early age. Was used to struggle at an early stage. That made me appreciate the small shit. So now I kick that off the wall shit that leave these rapping niggas all sick. They say jealousy and envy get you nowhere, so I'd rather not go there. These niggas panic when I touch mics, I'm Rudy Gobert. I ain't the type to talk jazzy while hiding behind the screen naming Abby. You pushing buttons or trying to get at me, huh? I'm John Wick with the shit. I'm killing everything while bitches sleeping on me. I'm setting fire to bed frames, replacing alarm clocks with time bombs to bomb spots. This onslaught's for certain. These other niggas is long shots. Dousing your mattress and gas.
We are back at the Kickoff Kickback, getting ready to talk Bears. But first, we got to let y'all know how to get down with the brothers and run off the rules when you're at the Kickoff Kickback.
Man, when you are at the kickback, man, you already know we need y'all to smash them like buttons. Smash them share buttons.
Smash.
Hit that comment button, man. Join the conversation, man. Make sure y'all hop in there. We love to build with the people. And, man, help us push this movement forward, man. The Kickoff Kickback is definitely a groove up here, man.
It definitely.
Hey, without further ado, you know how we do. We don't know what you have in your cup, but we ask that you raise them with ours. Hey, man, on this football Sunday, may all our pain be champagne.
Man.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Hey, shout out to I Am God, the God, man, with the bars. I don't know what song that was, Rob. I think that was the second part was the Rudy Gobert. I wish I had the Bandcamp link to drop in the comments, but his former name was Tragedy, but he goes as I Am God on Twitter, IAMGAWD.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, he got some heat. It's one of the guys, man, he had stopped rapping for a minute, came back on the scene, hit me with his mixtape, and it's all fire, man. Straight lyrics, fierce lyricism. And I told him I was going to give him a platform to showcase his stuff. So what better way than on the kickoff, man?
That's what need to happen.
Yes,
that's what
sir.
we do.
Definitely.
It's what we do.
Sounding good in my headphones. I appreciate the good tunes, you know?
See y'all hitting the shares. I see y'all coming through with the stars. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being at the Kickback. Thank y'all for supporting in any single way possible. We appreciate y'all.
Without further ado, y'all, we are waiting for our guy Joe Lewis to jump on with us so we can talk a little Bears with him. But let's go ahead and get started, y'all. We didn't have to do this last week because the Bears were on a bye. They've rested up, got a few guys back. David Montgomery's back.
Yeah.
Man.
Just letting you know what's going on.
Still the same old line?
David Montgomery back.
You see, like anytime I'm just dropping news from Soldier Field. I'm just a messenger.
All right, keep going.
Nick Foles has not healed, which leads us to the biggest news on the Bears today.
Yeah, man.
Gino, you want to do the honors? Go ahead and let them know.
Mitch Bike.
That's right. Mitch Trubisky, number 10, is back behind center today and will be starting for the Bears tonight on Sunday Night Football. When they play the Packers.
Money making Mitch, man. W tonight. 6-5 Bears.
All cap. That is all cap. Y'all know he front.
Man. Should we be excited about this at all?
No, man.
Now, see, man. See?
But a quarterback change.
This is that bullshit right here.
No, man.
If you change quarterbacks, shouldn't the guy you change it to make you excited about what's coming?
Well, why y'all be excited every other week, but then now that Mitch back, now y'all, oh man,
It's not
here
better,
we go.
bro.
I haven't been excited for weeks.
I hung on for as long as I could, bro. I picked them every single week
You did.
for as long as I could. I came
did.
into the season optimistic. We jumped out 5-1. I was on my high horse. I was popping big shit. You still said no, they the worst 5-1 team ever. They dropped 4 straight. I'm off of it, bro. I'm just off of it. I wasn't gonna pick them against the Packers anyway, but the way they've been playing, I definitely can't, man. With the offensive line, it's terrible. David Montgomery being back is a good thing, but he still got to break a tackle 3 yards deep in the backfield every snap because that offensive line is duct tape and Elmer's glue.
True.
So, no.
Bill Lazor will be calling his second game as the offensive coordinator, offensive play caller. It sounds like you guys have completely checked out of this year. At 5-5, like you just said, Herb, these guys started 5-1. They're 5-5 now. Let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
What happens if they steal this game from the Packers? We saw
I'm back on the bandwagon.
hey, the NFC North, nobody is running away with it in the division. The whole division is in the second place, playing the first place team today with a new quarterback.
Listen, I think when we had a solid running game, which we did have for the first 3 weeks of the season, and we had our offensive line intact, they weren't all world, but they were serviceable. It made sense to go with the quarterback who could read the field better, make those throws, be decisive in the decision-making, get us into better plays at the line of scrimmage. It made sense then. But once the offensive line has been completely depleted and you can't protect the quarterback and you can't open up holes in the running game, it then becomes a necessity that you have a quarterback who can buy time and create plays with his legs. That's not Nick Foles. That's Mitch Trubisky. And so Mitch Trubisky at this point with this current set of players around him, he gives the Bears the best chance to win because he can extend plays with his feet. He can make plays with his legs. That being said, I still don't see how they can put up enough points to keep up with Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and those boys. I don't really see that being a real thing for the Bears. And as far as David Montgomery coming back, it's good, but the production won't be there because we're always playing from behind. Running backs pad their stats in the second half of games when their team is leading.
Yep.
And we always behind, so we don't have an opportunity to lean on David Montgomery.
Gene, I want to ask you, because something Herb just said just made me laugh. It made me think of something I saw on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
When you say Mitch is back and you say he can extend plays with his legs.
Mitch.
Guess who's Bizak?
What good is it if those plays are still ending in interceptions and turnovers or bad decisions
Because
or overthrows?
He ain't throwing the ball, he's running the ball. When Herb says extended plays with his legs, I don't think he means just extending the play.
Yeah,
so
not like A-Rod and
off.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's trying to run downfield. Those plays.
Is he, though? Because remember the knock on him before he went out was he's not running like he used to. He wasn't using his legs.
I think that was the offense's fault. That was the schemes that those guys were coming up with. We know that Mitch Trubisky is at best when he's outside of the pocket using his legs and getting downfield. Most quarterbacks in the NFL nowadays, but even Aaron Rodgers, can extend the play, and he's smart enough to hit the sidelines, though, and get out of bounds before taking the hit. Maybe Mitch still hasn't learned that he needs to go down, but I'm 100% that's what Mitch Trubisky is out there for, to extend the plays and get those 9 to 10 yard gains to keep the chains moving and run that time of possession, because that's the only way the Bears are winning today. One thing Herb always said, make 4 or 5 plays throughout the game.
That's all that defense needs from them.
David Montgomery, he needs 100 yards. The Bears need – you got to pound the ball, bro.
If David Montgomery gets 100 yards, the Bears will win the game.
Does he have a 100-yard game?
Give him 30 carries. I don't care how many yards he gets.
He has it in him, and it's not so much about him hitting that 100-yard marks in terms of the production being the reason they win. It's about what that means, right? If he's able to get 30 carries and able to get 100 yards, what that means about what's happening in the game bodes well for the Bears. Right. They'll be within striking distance. They may even have a lead, that type of thing. They're in control of it, time of possession. We're extending drives, picking up those 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s, and probably things that Mitch can do with his legs again. And so that's if he gets 100 yards, the Bears will win.
And that's only 3 yards a pop. 3.2, 3.3 yards a pop.
And here's my worry, because Herb, you just went out on a limb.
Yeah,
okay, you definitely just. I know when them picks come, you might be standing with the Bears by yourself.
I'm not picking the Bears today. I'm telling y'all right now.
Okay.
Y'all ain't even gotta wait.
Okay.
No suspense in it. I always pick the Bears. I'm not picking them today. But if David Montgomery get 100 yards, they'll win.
Here's my biggest worry with picking thinking that the Bears are going to win. Mitch has spent the last few weeks as the backup, okay, which means that he hasn't been getting any attention from the coaching staff. I don't feel like we can expect him to have taken any step forward while not playing. You know what I mean? We're going to get a rusty Mitch Trubisky that hasn't played game action, that's coming off being injured, first of all. Coming off being injured, that hasn't been on the field in 4 weeks, and that still, as bad as Nick Foles has played, is still the second best quarterback on this team.
Who's still the second best quarterback?
Mitch Trubisky.
No way.
Mitch Trubisky.
No way.
It's still the second best quarterback
Mitch
on this
was
team.
undefeated, man. What are we talking about here, man?
Stop it. Come
What
on.
are we talking?
Undefeated
What are y'all
weeks?
talking about?
You are
In 2
capping,
weeks.
bro.
Come on.
He all cap right now.
Yo, you can't say that, you can't hang your hat on Mitch being undefeated when we dogged those first 3 wins and saying that
Who dogged them?
You all cap right
You-
now.
Man,
You
but
are.
what are you?
We gotta address this. Let's jump on the other end of a break. Let's jump into it real
These
quick.
guys,
We'll be back at the
Happy.
Kickoff Kickback.
WIIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Hey, yo, Ren, turn that up. You know, same old church. Jump in a whip just to take me a ride. Roll up just to ease my mind. Remember them nights, them that lost my life. Ain't been the same since bro them died. Jump in the whip just to take me a ride. Hold up just to ease my mind. Bad bitch and she on the passenger side. Hold up, come and catch this vibe. Jump in the whip just to take me a ride. Roll up just to ease my mind. Remember them nights, them that lost my life. Ain't been the same since bro them died. And the whip just to take me a ride. Hold up just to ease my mind. Bad bitch and she on the passenger side. Hold up, come and catch this vibe. Come catch this vibe. It's what you play in your ride. Stuff a wood with a 3-5. Then you go live. Fuck how they feeling inside. I do this shit for my guys. Free all of mine. Talked to lil' bro the other day. He told me he doing fine. But watch how I slide. Cause niggas see you on the grind. And they'll poke you with the iron. I told him I know that. Niggas know that I blow that. Keep a cannon out of Kodak. You oughta know that. I'm getting high with a dope at. Keep a wood at my notepad. Pull up where the smoke at. I wish I could get my bros back. I leave my bitch with a broke back when she wanna throw that. But lately I've been in my feelings and I'm just wishing I can go back. Said I'm tryna ease my mind. Cause I got too much pride from all these things inside. Cause all my people died, yeah. Jumped in a whip just to take me a ride. Just me and my pipe. Then I rolled me a wood just to ease my mind. To keep from crying, yeah. Jump in a whip just to take me a ride. Roll up just just to ease my mind. Remember them nights, damn, I lost my life. Ain't been the same since bro them died. Done the whip just to take me a ride. Hold up just to ease my mind. Bad bitch and she on the passenger side. Hold up, come and catch this vibe. Jump in the whip just to take me a ride. Roll up just to ease my mind. Remember them nights, damn, I lost my life. Ain't been the same since bro them died. Done the whip just to take me a ride. Hold up just to ease my mind. Bad bitch and she on the passenger side. Hold up, come and catch this vibe. Come and catch this vibe. Yeah. Jump in the whip just to ease my mind. Ease my mind. Ease my mind.
So full of chill, look for it, you know, it's all good, you know, righteous. Come on, you set the right example for him. Oh, fuck niggas. Come on. When you know you that nigga on fuck them, that nigga, bro. That shit gonna speak for itself. A nigga can't compete with that. Niggas don't like real. Niggas can't take it. Niggas don't know how to come with that real shit. Come that way. Oh, fuck them. Niggas like, just like positive and negative. Oh, fuck them. Niggas gonna bounce away from that shit. Niggas ain't gonna fuck them. Oh, but niggas for that shit to the blood.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
We are live from the kickback. We just get dropped the back end. Live from the kickback, man.
Sometimes I think Lil Rogers be fucking with us, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes I think he just literally be like, let me fuck with him.
Nah, Eugene. You was looking at me. We was on the same page.
I saw you the whole time.
You know what I'm saying?
Ron over there like,
y'all wasn't ready.
Yeah, that's my point.
Y'all was supposed to be ready.
That is my point.
Supposed to be ready though.
We are having a severe failure to communicate.
What we have here is a failure to communicate. Okay, look, Gino, we gotta address this, man.
no, man, I ain't going off y'all,
is
man.
Mitch in your pockets, bro? What's going on, man? Mitch Trubisky, Nick Foles. I'm struggling to see what the big difference is.
Nick Foles is huff.
Mitch can't
Mitch
throw
is
deep
not
balls.
as
Nick
huff.
Foles can.
Mitch can throw a deep ball. What you
Nick
mean?
Foles is huff. Mitch is not as huff.
If Mitch is throwing it, no. Mitch is a dink and dunk.
That's bull,
10
man.
to 15
That's
yards.
bull. That's because his
10 to 12 yards.
That's because his offensive coordinator stinks like musty balls. Nigga, that's why. The musty ball after you hoop at Foster Park, musty balls.
I don't think anybody would debate that fact.
So what are we talking about then?
Gene, exactly.
What are we talking about then,
I
man?
feel like the issue is the Bears continuously run trash quarterbacks out here for the fans to debate. And it's like, the fans have to put their foot down. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Stop debating these trash quarterbacks.
What?
Facts.
There is no edge.
Hey, man, let
that
me
Mitch
ask you a
has
question.
today.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you and Herb a question.
What's the word, my brother?
What was Mitch Trubisky's record when he got pulled out of the starting position?
2.5-0.
Terrence?
Yeah, 3-0, 2-0, whatever it wasn't because of Mitch Trubisky. You better thank the Lord that the defense
There's a God somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a God.
Wait a minute. The Lions had 30-something.
And would
What
have
defense?
won if
Buddy
somehow
Swift didn't drop
the
a
ball that
touchdown.
was placed perfectly in his
but
hands.
y'all telling
was
me
dropped.
thank God about the defense, but the Detroit Lions had a 30 ball. And who did they beat the next week? 2 weeks? No, the week behind.
that was week 3.
That was when Nick came in.
Was it like the Giants or something like
and
that?
and the Giants.
The Giants who've turned into
With no Saquon.
No Saquon.
they may be a playoff team. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that NFC.
Yeah, that NFC least is
awful.
But exactly, this is one of the most terrible teams in the NFC. That's who the Bears got that W
You
against.
beat who's on your schedule.
That's all you can play.
Yeah, but
you trying to tell me about, thank God, the defense, and they let the Detroit Lions.
But look, it's like what Hov said. We can't just skim through these bars, okay?
So
dig deep.
Yes.
So
the end result was a W.
So if the Lions had a 30 ball, the Bears must have had a 30 ball too, then, right? Who runs the offense? Mitch.
Look, man.
You is all
We
cap.
saw those games. We saw those games.
We
bro.
did.
Okay, and to that accord, Nick Foles, one blowout loss? You talking about 2 games that went down to the wire and an overtime game.
L.
And an overtime game.
L.
I'm not willing to say Mitch has a different result out of any of those games that we had.
Me either.
You know what I mean? So let's be real. Mitch being the quarterback means very little. And Nick Foles could get his job back.
No.
Depending on how Mitch plays today.
Man.
Here's the real risk here. Say Mitch comes out and does enough to win today. Then say the Bears find a way to win 4 more games out of their last 5 and get into the playoffs.
Bring him back for another year.
They're going to bring that fool back.
Right. Why not? Give him a 1-year deal for the show and prove. Why not?
They going to franchise him?
However you got to work it out. If Mitch
Because they don't franchise him, he's going to end up somewhere like, Detroit or something like that.
Right.
Well, probably not Detroit.
Which would probably be his best bet. But
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville, something like that.
I figured that would be his best bet anyway, to go somewhere else and be able to flourish and do you. I think this thing starts from the top. I don't think it's necessarily, obviously those guys are not that good, but I think there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger issue here, and it starts from the top. But if Mitch somehow gets this W today and somehow manages to win the next 3 or 4 and they make the playoffs, you have to bring him back for the show and prove. You have to.
Oh, no.
My thing was, y'all, not you 2 guys in general, but the people trying to make Nick Foles the savior, man.
Yeah.
Them bringing him in thinking that he was going to turn something around because he won a Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Yeah,
I think that was just a whole banana in the tailpipe. Like, stop it, man. Who did they think they were fooling signing Nick Foles, bro? Like, stop it, man.
I think it had a lot to do with how bad Mitch had been. You know what I mean? And the bar wasn't low. You felt like you were bringing in a better quarterback. Your better quarterback, not necessarily a good quarterback, but you thought you were bringing in at least a better quarterback. That really hasn't been the case, man. You're talking about guys that are, on the same level, basically. On that note, man, let's bring in our guy, Joe Lewis. He is the expert. He's been covering the Bears for the Bigs all season and has gotten a chance to see these guys up close when nobody, Joe, you're one of the only guys that has been able to see these guys live. And I know it's different from watching these guys on TV. Mm-hmm. Let's bring you right into where we are. Mitch Trubisky is back under center. Do we have any reason to be excited about that, Joe? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel with Mitch back under center?
You know what? I was listening to Gino and I wanted,
bro, my bad.
You can't hear me?
Joe, what up?
Can you all hear me?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
We got you now.
What up, brother?
Okay. I was listening to Gino and I wanted to defend Mitch so bad because I really like him as a player, but unless something drastic happened, I'm not sure there's a reason for Bears fans to be happy at all. Like that, there's something new coming. That being said, I still think Mitch is better than Nick Foles. So
thank you, brother.
He's less huff.
Thank you,
less huff.
Thank you.
He's less huff. My main thing is yards per attempt, completion percentage, and ability to get out of the pocket. One of the worst things about Nick Foles' tenure, or at least his first tenure with the Bears, is the fact that once the pocket collapsed, that was about it. There was no way he could get out of the pocket and do anything good. Their yards per attempt is about 6.5. It's about the same. And the big difference is, they it's not that they both dink and dunk. They try to find it downfield. Nick Foles may have a better deep ball, but these past 2 weeks, these past 4 weeks or so, he's missed wide open players. So I'm not sure there's a big difference in the deep ball. So, Bears fans can be happy if they want, but I think it would be delusional to put too much stock into it.
I agree. I like I said before we brought you on, Joe, I feel like I'm exhausted from debating about tough quarterbacks when it comes to the Bears, man. Year after year, is it going to be Mike Glennon? Is it going to be Mr. Trubisky? Is it going to be Shane Matthews? Is it going to be
goodness, Moses
Oh my
Marino?
goodness.
Come on. Is it going to be Jonathan Quinn? You know what I mean?
Steve Stenstrom.
It's obviously.
Craig Krenzel.
Come on.
Craig Krenzel, stop it, Joe. That hurts.
The Bears are really a Huff quarterback Hall of Fame. You feel me?
Yes.
Yes.
And I feel it just points to the issues being so much bigger than the product on the field. I feel like we've been saying it for the last couple of weeks, and it's still trending in that direction, that this is something that's going to turn into an off-season overhaul kind of thing. How are you feeling about this season? Is it over? Are the wheels off? Should we be looking to the off-season? What's the temperature right now, man?
Well, I mean, the Bears' next 6 games or so they're not terrible. Terribly tough for the Bears. They can, if they go about maybe lose 1 or 2 games, find themselves in a position to get into the playoffs with an extra seed, but you'd have to expect them to do what they haven't done since the beginning of the season. They need to be like 5-1 to get themselves in a good position, because the Packers look like they're poised to win the NFC North again. The only good part is the Vikings still are subpar. The Detroit Lions are not going anywhere. But then when the Bears get into the playoffs, do we expect them to do anything? Probably not. And if that doesn't put them in a better position to get a draft pick, especially with this draft where there is at least 6 or 7 good quarterbacks for them to get.
Joe. You finna talk this. It's better for us to drop these last 5, these last 6
prospects already.
The funny thing is, like, no coach, no GM, no player at all, especially players. Players are not going to want to drop. But if I were to think about this rationally and not have my Bears fan shades on, I would probably want them to do either 1 or 2 things. Do not 500 it. Do not split these last games. Either you win out and get to the playoffs,
or drop them all,
or huff it up. Just huff it up.
Let me ask you this though, Joe. Along the same lines of whether or not they're going to hit the reset button on this, are we talking about reset button on Nagy, reset button on the general manager Ryan Pace? Because if we aren't talking about resetting the entire thing, where's the confidence from that? Even if we drop the last 6 and get a top 10 pick or whatever it may be, where's the confidence that they're going to hit on that pick? I've seen Kevin White. I've seen Mitch Trubisky. I've seen Adam Shaheen. Where's the confidence that they're even going to hit on this pick, even if we do land ourselves at that top 10 level?
My only confidence, I got to be honest, my reset would be on Ryan Pace. I highly doubt that they fire Matt Nagy, simply because his record is much better than any Bears coach in the last 10 years. So I wouldn't expect them to fire him. If they did, that would be highly shocking. My confidence, maybe a broken clock is right twice a day. That's my only confidence that I have right now. Defensively is the only thing Ryan Pace knows how to do. So maybe my choice is maybe he'll learn from the fact that you had Deshaun Watson and you had Patrick Mahomes in that draft, and he won't make that same mistake twice. Now, if he does, then that's just terrible. But I think they may give him one more draft. I think they're
to die before the Bears draft a black franchise quarterback.
Man, you say that once a week, man.
Yeah, you definitely say that once a week. Hey, on that note, let's take a quick break, y'all. Excuse me. Kickoff Kickback. We're doing our thing, talking to Joe Lewis, who covers the Bears for the Bigs. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
TheBlackMall.com and Black Coin presents Buy Black Weekend, November 27th through the 30th, making it easy for you to buy black with amazing black-owned vendors and business owners. This weekend is jam-packed with Buy Black Friday, Super Black Saturday, Award Sunday, and Black Monday, where we are virtually featuring, awarding, and shopping with the most blacknificent black-owned businesses in the Chicagoland area. And they're going to have crazy holiday deals. Visit TheBlackMall.com today and click on the Buy Black Weekend banner so you can RSVP and stay in the know. You can also become a featured business, but register right away before they're gone. For more information and check out our featured businesses, go to TheBlackMall.com. Buy Black. It's a lifestyle.
Hey, yo, Ray. Oh, yeah.
know, same old church, you know. I'm F&B. Shout out New Money Casino, man. You know, they're my people. That's my team. Double S forever. Hey, oh, I see you over there. Turn up, hello. If I said it's up, then it's up there. And when they go up, no, it's stuck there. Said it's been there way since back in the days when we jumping on the bus, no bus fare. Had to make a way to eat, no lunch fare. You ain't gotta check my waist, no, the gun there. And it's been there way since back in the day, bitch, I'm still with the gang and it's up there. So if I said it's up,
We are back at the Kickoff Kickback, talking whatever's going on with the Bears with our guy Joe Lewis. I'm Terrence Tomlin. I got my guys Eugene, McIntosh, and Herb Howard riding with me. Joe, man, we're talking about if the Bears are moving closer to pushing that reset button, and if Ryan Pace is the guy that you want making the decisions for this organization moving forward, man. I'm seeing some of the comments saying that Matt Nagy could be gone before Ryan Pace, and Herb, you touched on it. My question is, though, if Ryan Pace is the only person to go, then you're still entrusting Matt Nagy to be that guy.
We heard from jump that they were going to be married, right? So if they married,
exactly.
if one of them going, both of them got to go.
That's exactly
if Ryan
what I'm
Pace
thinking,
is going, Nagy's got to go. If Nagy's going, Pace has got to go. Why Pace get a third head coach? I mean, they forced John Fox on him. He had his choice with Matt Nagy. Why he get another one?
Joe, how you feeling about that?
Oh, I absolutely agree. There's no reason he should get another run under him after having three coaches. It wouldn't make any sense. The only thing that keeps Matt Nagy going is the fact that his record. That's literally it. He has a playoff berth. The next year he went 8-8, and right now he's still sitting at 500. Now that mediocrity, the last year being 8-8, and this year potentially going 8-8 again, might be cause for them to get rid of him as well, along with Ryan Pace, because, it's a good point. You keep Ryan Pace here, you still have Matt Nagy, and Matt Nagy has not shown that he is a good enough, and he may be a fine, leader of men, but when it comes to setting up an offense along with him and his offensive coordinator, he hasn't shown that he's good enough. And when you remember when the Bears went through, okay, let's keep the head coach, but let's try to find some offensive coordinators. And that resulted in maybe 5 offensive coordinators under Jay Cutler while remaining with the same head coach. And I don't think the Bears need to go through that again. That being said, realistically, how Ted Phillips and the McCaskies work, I feel like it'll be GM first, because Lovie Smith and Jerry Angelo are also a pair that were under one another, and it took them a long time for them to finally say, okay, let's get rid of this one person. So my best bet is that it'll probably be Ryan Pace first. But if they did get rid of Matt Nagy too, I wouldn't be terribly shocked. My personal opinion would be I would get rid of Ryan Pace first, because I don't think he was deserve another chance. Missing out on missing out on Patrick Mahomes is criminal at this point. And the fact that you also had Deshaun Watson in that same draft.
Yep.
It just seems like such an egregious mistake that I don't see how I would give him another chance. It's terrible.
I'm sorry. I know I don't want to harp on this thing, right?
Yeah,
but
continue.
I don't think that Ryan Pace is that stupid. I don't think anybody's that stupid. I think everybody saw Patrick Mahomes light the world on fire in college. I personally would have took Deshaun Watson because he did it on a larger scale, and Texas Tech is notorious for having quarterbacks throw for 500 yards a game. So I wasn't all that crazy sold on Patrick Mahomes. I was all that crazy sold on Deshaun Watson. Nobody with any kind of vision, right, could say that Mitch Trubisky was not only better than Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, but so much better than them that you had to trade up to ensure you got him, because if somebody else took him, you having to settle for Deshaun Watson or settle for Patrick Mahomes was so terrible. That tells me that that wasn't an option of his. Those two guys were not an option for him. The Bears had to have a quarterback in that draft. There were 3 at the top of the draft. Mitch was one of them, and the other 2 were not an option for him. I think ownership told him, listen,
we don't.
You can't take either one of those niggas to be the face of this franchise,
Thank
right? You can't do it. Now, we'll bring in Cordell Stewart on the back end of his career. We'll bring in Jason Campbell on the back end of his career. But you're talking about the face of the franchise as a top 5 pick. You cannot make that a black dude. You can take that white dude and that white dude only. And so you had to go up and get him. Otherwise, the Bears wouldn't have even taken a quarterback that year. They would have went another direction if Mitch would have went 2 in front of them. I think that decision came straight from the top of the organization. That lady needs to die, and then maybe her sons too.
Let me tell you, that narrative has been alive since the draft, since they announced the draft pick, and I think ever since then, it's only been things to support that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We find out that they didn't even have a dinner with Deshaun Watson, which backs up your point. He was just not.
We don't have any chicken. We ain't going to dinner with Deshaun Watson.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like. First, let me go back to what Jerry Azuma told us last week. Shout out to Jerry for coming and dropping gems. He said the issue is even higher, you know what I mean, than Ryan, like Ted Phillips.
Oh, my God.
McCaskey, the son.
Yeah.
These are the guys that are hiring Ryan Pace. These are not football people. You know what I mean? Like you just said, Herb, this is a guy that's going to try to protect whatever he feels is the Bears' legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, now we're watching Deshaun Watson light it up. Patrick Mahomes may be the coldest to ever do it. And the Bears are rolling around in the mud. How many years are the Bears set back from having Mitch Trubisky, taking him with the second or third pick? How can they even begin to get out of this hole that they've been in without pushing the reset button?
I hope you ain't asking me.
I know your answer. Come on, what you think?
Man, dude, I've been trying to tell you this. If you look around the league, just look at the way the systems are. I told you, man, I got 1955 vibes when I go to Soldier Field. Anytime I'm around anything that has to do with the Bears, that's the vibe I get.
I feel like any member of the media would tell you that. You know what I mean?
So, again, how we continue to talk about the higher-ups and where this thing starts. That's where it starts. It's a trickle-down effect after that.
Be for real. George Halas is a rich, old white dude in the early 1900s.
Come on, Herb.
There's some things to be
enough said.
There's some things to be implied by that.
Come on.
Just the fact that you're a rich, old white dude in the early 1900s. Now you got this 95-year-old woman running the franchise. She's a 95-year-old white person in America. There's some things to be implied for that. Rich as hell, right? If nothing else, she remembers the things that her father instilled in her. And because you love your father like that, I'm not going to disgrace his franchise while I'm still here.
While I'm here.
Now, I'm hopeful that her son's 60 years old, whatever, they may be a little bit more, I don't know. Progressive, right. I don't know that to be true, but I'm hoping. When that lady, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, maybe the Bears will take a franchise quarterback that's black in the draft.
See, now the thing is, though, that don't you feel like they've planned for that time when she's gone? You know what I mean? If it's a McCaskey in the fold, I don't see the philosophy change. I mean, we see what George McCaskey is on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't bode well. I feel like the Bears are going to have to get lucky, man. Like, they're going to have to trip up on the next Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean?
Now, that they would do.
You know what I mean? That I don't see them
Sunshine. I call him Sunshine
aiming to get the next Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson, you know?
Well, they're not trash enough right now to get
that's totally out the question, yeah.
So, but I do think, like you guys were saying earlier about, just mailing it in these last few games, don't think that doesn't come from the top as well. If you listen to the Earl Watson on the Chill podcast with Gilbert Arenas, he talked specifically about that. And he said in Phoenix, there are certain games that you have to win. He was like, but one of those seasons, he was like, man, front office, they started out 3-18 or whatever, and he was like, man, the front office basically said, man, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
We need Devin Booker. We need we need DeAndre Ayton. We need such and such. So go ahead, do that. But we got to beat the Lakers in Staples. It's like you got to win those. So don't think that can't come from the higher-ups. Like, hey, you know what, guys? Let's mail it in. But like you said, the players on the it's hard as a professional athlete when this is
as a competitor.
But those things can't come from up there.
Speaking of games that you just got to win, man, this is a Bears-Packers week. And
Mitch back.
I feel like
Mitch back, baby.
Yes, he is back. I feel like more than any Bears-Packers week that I've experienced, though, it just doesn't feel like it's a rivalry week. You know what I mean? I feel like it feels like not only the team, or the fan base is melding in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joe, what does this game mean? You know what I mean? I feel like the Bears have already lost this game. And the road to a W is already, I feel like, a little too heavy. Let's look at if they win and lose this game. First, if they lose this game,
that's what you expected.
Is it over? You know what I mean?
No, it's been over.
It will send them to below 500 basically to complete the maturation process. We knew they were 5-1.
It was over when y'all threw Nick Foles in, man. Niggas could be 6-2 right now.
Oh, stop! What's our record?
No, 5-5.
Yeah,
niggas could be 7-3
come
right
on,
now.
Man. If we could have been 7-3 with Mitch, dog, come on.
Matt Nagy is bottom of the barrel trash rap.
Oh man, come on! It sounds like you're the biggest Trubisky fan in Chicago. If Mitch would have made that much of a difference,
Matt Nagy is the whole stud of the week.
If Mitch would have made that much of a difference, then you need to fire Nagy right now.
Matt Nagy is the whole stud. He might be the whole stud of the year.
Stop it, Mike. The Lions just fired Patricia, which was clearly the worst coach in the NFL.
Yeah, Jim Caldwell had
but we talking about Nagy, Joe. He saw those, like, come on. You saw how bad Mitch was.
No, I didn't.
He changed quarterbacks at a time where I feel like it was the perfect time to.
Man,
he was itching to do it since the season before.
That shows why are you so itching to throw Nick Foles in, though?
Listen, we're going to find out how much you capping when we get to these picks. I think you capping on all this Mitch love. We're going to see about it.
Like, this is a 30-17 game. Look.
I'm ready to get to, like, some fantasy, to some bets, to some picks. I see you over there. I see you standing over there. I hear you all day. I still think you capping. Hey, on the other side of this thing, I gotta shout out somebody, man. One of the greatest performances in major college football history went down yesterday. I gotta shout out the brother. He went absolutely crazy.
It's definitely only right. Hey, we'll be right back. You're kicking it at the Sunday Kickoff Kickback.
WIFTBPM.
Food, culture, impact. What's in it for the Black People Media is proud to support The Woodline, located at 1200 East 79th Street. The Woodline is an innovative economic center for the entire family. Stop by and try our jerk-inspired menu. Plus, get details on our new Igloo dining experience. Restaurant, event space, cultural space. For more info about reservations or our COVID-19 friendly space, visit us online at www.thewoodline1200.com.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene, McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. And continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West End for the Black People Media Studios.
Jackson. If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me, said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I'd be done had a heart attack.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right. Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
We are back kicking it at the Kickoff Kickback, talking Bears football with the one and only Joe Lewis. He covers the Bears for the Bigs Media. Man, before we got out of here, we were talking about these guys hitting the reset button, and I feel like there's only one more thing left to ask you, Joe. What is the storyline coming out of this game? What is your prediction for Bears-Packers, man? Is it the end of days, or is this opportunity for the Bears to kind of keep the window open for just another week?
You know, right now it feels like Ohio State versus Michigan. And what do you expect when you watch Ohio State versus Michigan? Ohio State to dominate Michigan. But if Michigan wins, it gives them a chance to have a better shot at making the college football playoff, or at least aligning themselves for a lesser bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
So it means 110% more to the Bears than it does the Packers. But at the same time, what has Ohio State done to Michigan, and what have the Packers done to the Bears? The last
beat on their ass.
Exactly. Destroy them. And so this storyline right here, it seems like so unimportant to the Packers, but for the Bears, it seems like this is your last absolute chance. I'll be honest, if they lose this game, I mean, the season already looks cooked to me. But if they lose this game, I think the season is 100% over. It is a 100% must-win game. And the fact that the lights are going to be all on them now, from a national perspective, makes it twice as hard. But coming from a situation where you had to switch quarterbacks early in the season, and now you're switching back to that same quarterback against a heated rival, against a division leader, against a team that has won the division the majority of the time in the last 10 years, it does not bode well for the Bears. But if they win, it still gives them a little bit of a chance.
Guys, how are y'all feeling, man?
Listen, if they win the game, it absolutely gives them a chance to get on a run. If it doesn't take much for the Bears to win. Their formula is kind of simple. If they can find themselves at 20 points, they have a good opportunity to win the game. The defense is always going to give them opportunities to win the game. The special teams is going to give them opportunities to control field position in the game. The offense just has to do their part. And if they can do their part to the tune of 20, 21, certainly 24 points, they put themselves in a position to beat anybody, the Packers included. And if they can get this game, then I feel good about their opportunity to go and win, 4 out of the last 5 and end up at 10-6. Do I think they're going to win this game? No.
Gino.
The Packers' run defense is trash.
True.
It is.
David Montgomery needs 30 carries. I don't care if he gets the first 4 of them, -3.
Okay, stick to it.
He needs 30 carries. They need to rule the time of possession. Mitch needs to make 2 or 3 big plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all all, you guys love to stand on the defense. I'm looking for the defense to come up big. You see Jalen Johnson said he can't wait to guard Devontae Adams.
Careful
on
what
that
you wish
island.
for, young fella. I like Jalen Johnson, but careful what you wish for, young fella.
Careful what you wish for, but I like to hear that from
Me
him.
too.
So I'm looking
Confident
forward to
kid.
that. I'm
Supreme.
looking forward to it.
Nate Robinson said something similar before.
Well, Nate Robinson, he also didn't have any. Nate Robinson didn't have any prior experience either.
R.I.P. to Nate Robinson.
Gene, I like what you said about the defense, man. I feel like we've been clamoring for the defense to go ahead and win a game for the Bears for the last couple of weeks. They've been close, had a couple of touchdowns called back. I'm feeling like this is the game that the defense has where they flex their muscles, man. This Bears-Packers, if we're not excited, I know that defense is excited for opportunity to put Aaron Rodgers on his butt.
Yeah.
And we know about A-Rod coming off a Packers loss, man.
Yeah, hey, you
He
can't
lights
leave that
things
out.
on fire.
You know that man has revenge, on his mind to get back on the winning side of things. But man, Joe, I'm looking forward to talking about this result on the other side of it with you when we get back on the soil next week.
Can I ask Joe one more thing for you before he bounces?
Absolutely.
Joe, you there every day, in there for the press conferences. What is one thing that you heard this week that sticks out to you, whether it was from coaches, players, anything that you heard in the press conferences this week that sticks out to you for how this game may go or anything about the rest of the season?
Mr. Trubisky, that his press conference made it seem like he had an epiphany or he had this sort of revelatory experience while he was the backup. He was talking about, man, it felt so weird to not have the coaches pay attention to you because, I mean, when you're a scout, the scout QB, they're not going to pay attention to you. They don't care if you throw. They don't care if you throw 10 interceptions and no touchdowns.
Right.
You're just there to fill a need. But Mitch talked about how that experience where he was benched out of nowhere, which that out of nowhere feeling sounds about right with Matt Nagy, which makes it seem even worse or confirm what Terrence was saying, that Matt Nagy had been itching to bench Mitch throughout the season and last season.
True.
But Mitch is. And, of course, this is just subjective, but it seemed like he's a different person, and his confidence seemed sky high. And all it takes was, I mean, everybody in the league can tell you, and any fan, Mr. Trubisky is talented. He definitely has the skills, but almost every Bears quarterback in the history of the Bears, we could say, man, if they would have did that one thing, they would have been good. But Mitch, more than any of them, seems like he can be a top 10, top 15 QB if he had better confidence and if the game slowed down. And this week when he played the number ones, he just said that it felt, not this week, but the past few weeks, he said it just felt different because he could work on throws without having the pressure to succeed or put the ball in a certain pocket. And now, right now, he's really playing for the rest of his NFL career because eventually one team will pick him up. He's not so bad that he won't find himself with a position. But the pressure as it was, being the number 2 pick, being trying to become the Bears franchise quarterback, that pressure is off. So the best chance for him to wild out and be successful is now. And the way he sounded in press conferences, I must admit, it seemed like a different person. That doesn't mean it's going to translate to win. So yeah,
my bad, Joe. I think he sounded angry, right? And so for the first 2 years that Matt Nagy was there, Mitch spoke about Nagy as though he was at least his best friend and at best his father, right?
Facts.
And he spoke about him like that.
He was trusted.
And then your father hurt your feelings,
right?
Right? And anger can be a hell of a motivator. And he sounds pissed off.
I hate
my
you,
daddy
Dad.
hurt I hate you, Dad. Let me go show you what I can do,
Yes.
right? And sometimes that can motivate you to do great things. Like use that anger in the right way. And I was blindsided. Now I don't know why he was blindsided because I saw those first 3 games. And I understand what you're saying. He was undefeated. And
That's
so being
it.
undefeated
That's
might be
it.
the reason he felt blindsided. But bro, we saw those throws you were making. We saw you missing those guys wide open for touchdowns. We saw that last interception that you threw, that egregious one that you just talked about on break, T.
Yes.
Like, I don't know why he was that blindsided.
Thank you.
But nonetheless, he's pissed off about it. And when Dad pisses you off, it can motivate you to do some phenomenal things sometimes.
And he said he took it back to North Carolina when he was in the same position at North Carolina as the backup quarterback. So I agree with you, Herb. I think having that first defining professional moment as a quarterback, having your job taken from you, it gives you a chance to take a step back. And I always talk about it, T. It's hard to see it when you're in it. When you ain't in it no more, you actually get to look at it on the whole, you get a whole different outlook. And I think, like Herb said, having that defining moment where your dad basically tells you ain't shit and we got to move on. And like Joe said, he said the coaches weren't paying attention to him during the week. He got a chance to work on things. He got a chance to make throws down the field that he probably never would have. He said he also felt good because he felt like the way the defense was playing.
He felt a part of the defense.
He felt like he was a part of that. So I'm with you, Herb. I think that bodes well for his confidence. And like Joe said, everybody expects Mitch to fail today. So if he can come out and just be the guy that Mitch Trubisky is, like Joe said, he's talented, man.
He has the
skills.
I do not want him to be Mitch Trubisky. I want him to be a whole nother dude.
Be Steve Young or something.
Well, that's dead. That's dead. Sorry.
I like what you guys are saying. I like the optimism. I think True does have some times where he just tired of Matt Nagy stuff, and he has to come out and say, I'm not the only Huff dude in this equation.
Yeah.
I got a Huff coach by my side too, and I'm glad I'm glad that he does it because, like you said, he was not doing that his rookie season.
Nah.
He was definitely the new kid on the block,
Right.
thinking everything was sweet. No, buddy, this is Chicago. So Joe,
Matt Nagy is a whole stud. End of story.
hey, come on. Gene, you can't argue with that. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. But man, Sunday Night Football, these guys got the national stage. For better or for worse, man, I'm looking forward to this one. So Joe, I want you to go ahead and do whatever you're gonna be doing in between game time. If you're preparing yourself to forget this game already, which is the Bears' way, which as soon as we leave here, I'm gonna try to prepare myself for the L tonight, and I'll celebrate. If something different happens, man. But Joe, as always, brother, thank you for coming and kicking it at the kickback with us. Thank you for holding it down at Soldier Field. You've been killing it all season. Only a few more games left, man. Hopefully they can stack up a few W's before it's all said and done.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
As always, man.
Love,
That's
brother.
Joe Lewis.
Appreciate you, Joe.
He covers the Bears for the Bigs, man. We'll holler at him after Sunday night to see if the Bears walk away with a victory. Guys. Yeah, hey. This is Bears football. This is Chicago. I feel like it's just a regular Sunday. I'm looking forward to a few other games on the plate for the day, but we'll get into those for the picks. Herb,
what's up, my brother?
Man, we got some shout outs, man, because you sent the text to us last night.
I was watching that when you sent it to me.
You was watching Sports at that time too?
Yeah.
You want to know
Me too, man.
When I saw the stat early on in the day, I kind of breezed past it because I'm like, that's a 2-game total. Yeah, but go ahead and
3-game total.
Listen, man,
piece of history was made yesterday in college
Gotta
football.
give a huge shout out to Buffalo University running back Jared
Peterson.
Peterson, yeah.
Jared
I'll call him
Peterson?
Cunningham. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Peterson.
The brother went absolute crazy yesterday. 36 carries, 409 yards, 8 touchdowns.
8 of them.
Second most rushing yards in FBS history.
Second.
Not only did he go crazy for 409 yards yesterday,
right?
Last
the previous week, right?
He went crazy for over 300 yards.
Right.
Only the second running back in FBS history to rush for at least 300 yards in consecutive weeks.
Right.
Consecutive weeks. The only other person that did that was Ricky Williams when he was in his Heisman year at Texas.
Yep.
This young dude went crazy yesterday. And another added element to it was the fact that he had on this honorary jersey at Buffalo University. Every year since 2016, they switch which player gets to wear number 41. One of their players died tragically. He wore number 41.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, every week, they give whoever the player is most deserving of wearing his number, that number. And so Jared said, man, I felt like I felt like I had superpowers, man. And when you watch this dude run, it looked like he was running with superpowers. 409 yards on 36 carries, 8 touchdowns, one of the all-time great performances in college football history. Could not go through the kickback without shouting that brother out, man. I wish he was here. Cheers to you, Jared.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal game, brother.
And six of those 8 were
like 50-yarders.
Yeah, every time he was busting through the line, it was looking wild. That little dude, he was on one yesterday.
He got busy.
Shout out to the little buddy from Buffalo.
He
man.
got busy.
His 8 touchdowns were number 2 to Illinois star Howard Griffin, he tied Howard Griffin from Illinois for 8 touchdowns. That's the most in college football history for sure.
That was back in 1990, I think?
Back in 1990. A couple of more quick shout-outs, man.
Jared Patterson.
Patterson.
My bad, Patterson. I got an E instead of an A.
It's all good.
Man, Vanderbilt Sarah Fuller. Right?
Sarah Fuller, man. Sarah Fuller, she had the world on fire yesterday.
The first woman to play in the Power 5 conference game. I know 2020 is kind of weird, and I feel like if you did it this year, you could have done it multiple years before. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we tip your cap, but come on, do better, y'all.
At risk of what I know is going to come.
Oh, yeah, come on, Herb.
It's a square.
Listen, man, if a woman is able to suit up with the men and play ball, I'm here for it. I am here for it. I coached high school football for a long time. I had a girl on my team, and she could ball. She wasn't the kicker. She was the starting center. She played O-line. She was a starting center, and she moved nose tackles. She moved D tackles. She was a leader. She started every game. Her name was Jasmine White.
What?
Swear to God, on my life. Right? In the Big 12 against Danville, against Bloomington and Normal and all. Like
them real schools.
She more than held her own.
Wow.
Right? So I'm all for it, right? I was happy to run her out there and let her start at center every game. So I'm cool with it.
Every game.
Every single game. Jasmine White.
Wow.
Beast. That being said, that shit I saw yesterday from what's her name? Sarah Walker?
Sarah Fuller.
Sarah
The
Fuller.
squib kick.
I wasn't impressed. Because not only was I not impressed by the squib kick, right? Because people utilize the squib kick. It's an effective tool in football. As soon as she kicked it, she walked to the sideline, like middle of the play. Watch the play. As soon as they was like, kick the ball and then come over here. Don't be out there with them dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna come out here and play, come play. Right, and I just don't like symbolism over substance. I think we do way too much symbolism as a country, just in general. I'm sick of the symbolism. There's a girl out there.
It all for the rest of the game.
Come play. No. You want to play? Come play.
Do you think one of the guys,
even if you're a kicker, come play.
Do you think one of those guys would have hit her with a cheap shot? Or
I hope not. That shit is whack.
Exactly.
But at the same time, when you kick the ball off and kickoff returns start to happen, the kickers are targets. Dudes can't wait to lay a fucking kicker out.
She may have to get a tackle, dog.
You might have to tackle the dude return this thing for a touchdown. She kicked it and immediately turned to walk off the field because the coach was like, hey, just kick it and come over here with me. Now we got to play 11 on 10 because we want to have this symbolic moment of history. It's bullshit. I said what I said.
I said what I said, man.
You got a glimpse of I said what I said right there, 100%. Nothing but facts if you ask me, though, man. But on that note, let's jump into a break, man. We're going to refill our rare cups. We'll be right back with our picks. We're talking around the league. When we get back, you had to kick off.
Yep.
That's the home of 2-3. Used to breaking people cars parked at the UC. Fuck them. Chief said stick them, so we stuck them. I was leaning dick to these hoes. I don't love them. Waited long to get to
WIFTBPM.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene, McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. And continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West End for the Black People Media Studios.
From the bottom, but I'm leaving on top. Before I ever put the arm and hammer in the pot, daddy went home, told mama she could leave me on the block. If a nigga need work done, ain't hard to find. If you pay the right price, I be Johnny on the spot. Paid the plug extras just to fit it with a dot. 50 in the drum, only need 3 shots. I be telling these niggas I'm surgical with it. Ain't trained to be asking, I'm trained to go get it. If it's sustained, then you know I'm gon' hit it. Take nobody with me, don't need co-defendants. No lean in my cup, I don't need codependents. No pills in my blood, just distilling some gloves.
We are live from the West End for the Black People Media Studios, having a kickback.
Yeah.
Only right that we do it, man. This is the Kickoff Kickback as we get ready to discuss our picks and what's going on this slate of games for the NFL week 12. Let's jump into some. Yeah.
It's flown by.
Man, 4 more weeks of the season. It's definitely flown by, man. It's only right that we talk about some fantasy football real quick because, man, if I'm correct, you guys are getting ready for the playoffs, man. I hope you guys got your roster set. it's only 2 more weeks left in the fantasy season,
Okay.
man. So I know somebody is trying to win some cash in a couple weeks, okay? Whether you got the first round or a first place bonus, you didn't kill it all season, and you get a bonus for finishing in first place, or everybody else that's getting ready to solidify their rosters as they go into the playoffs.
I'm 5-6, man. I'm in 8th place out of 12 teams. So,
Ooh, you hear the tone of your voice, man. It's been rough.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's been a tricky fantasy season, bro, because I feel like this week more than ever, I feel like this is what we were worried about, man. I don't know how many games are in jeopardy because of the COVID situation.
And I got Lamar.
Yeah, like that game was supposed to go down on Thursday on the Thanksgiving schedule. It's been moved to Tuesday. But this morning, they woke up to more COVID positive tests on both sides. I don't know if they're going to be able to get that one in. The NFL, who knows what the hell they COVID protocols really are. They're like,
I think Roger Goodell is just as big of an idiot as
Agreed.
our buddy in Major
yeah,
Rob
Manfred.
Manfred.
Yeah, man. It's totally affecting your fantasy decisions this week. I was counting on the Steelers to have another big offensive day this week. These guys don't even know if they're going to be playing. I was like, okay, let's look at that Broncos game.
Yeah. Who they playing?
I don't know
Because
they're playing.
Whoever they're playing, I'm starting that defense if I'm a fantasy owner. Because the Denver Broncos quarterback position has been completely decimated by COVID. There are 4 quarterbacks on that Denver Broncos roster. None of them can play because they all are in COVID-19 protocol. All of them.
They're
One of them
playing the
tested
Saints.
positive, and then the other 3, because they were in such close contact with him, which you tend to be with your position group, they had to be ruled out for the game as well.
Right.
And they ruled him out because they weren't following the protocols they were supposed to in the facility. They weren't wearing their mask while they were around him, and so none of them are eligible to play. All 4 of their quarterbacks are ineligible. So they are starting a dude who, what does he play, like a receiver on that team?
He's a practice squad wide receiver. He
practice squad wide receiver. He did play some quarterback at Wake Forest, right?
His name is Kendall Hinton.
Right. So he plays some options. So there's not a lot that he's going to be able to do. The last pass he threw was in 2018 versus Clemson. Last touchdown pass he threw was in 2017, also versus Clemson. You got this dude starting against an NFL defense. Whoever that NFL defense is, we got to figure out who they play.
They playing the Saints.
They play the Saints. If I have a fantasy team, I'm starting the Saints defense today because there's only a couple things you got to worry about, and you can put him down for 3 turnovers as soon as the game starts. Like put that dude down for 3 turnovers as soon as the game starts. He's going to throw at least a couple interceptions whenever he has to throw the ball. He's probably going to get fumbled because they're going to key on him. They know it's going to be a lot of wildcat, a lot of option read.
Right.
He's not going to do anything. That offense won't score 13 points today, and he won't produce 200 yards, and he will turn the ball over 3 times. Give me the Saints defense all day long.
The Broncos tight end came out on Twitter and pleaded with the NFL, like, don't send us into this game without the most important position on the field as quarterback. It doesn't look like they're moving that game. Gene just showed me that he has the Saints defense. They're still set up for a 3 o'clock kickoff. So who knows what the hell's going to go on in that game, which leads me to my points. Hey, you pick up the Saints defense. Stay away from anybody with a Denver Broncos orange jersey on. Let those guys sit on your bench. Let me throw a name at you that I'm interested about if you're in the daily fantasy. Devontae Parker. I like him this week because Ryan Fitzpatrick is back behind center. He's going to be the quarterback.
Magic.
Tua, and I don't want to butcher his name, but Tua
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, Tagovailoa. Yeah, something like that. Is on the shelf today. He won't be playing. And that's a good thing if you're a Devontae Parker owner because if you've had him the last 3 weeks, he's been worthless. He hasn't put up any points. But when he had Ryan Fitzpatrick, he was a top 20 receiver. I'm looking for him to have a good week versus the Jets, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yep, they're playing the Jets. I also like, I said, if you want to take a risk, and you got to
say Mitch, ain't you?
No, I'm not going there.
Okay.
Kendall Hinton.
Oh shit.
Because now here's the finesse with him.
Okay.
He's going to be playing quarterback like we said. But he's registered as a wide receiver.
Right.
You can throw him at your flex position, and he will give you quarterback snaps. You'll get his touchdowns.
Okay, I get that.
That's a finesse.
That's a
if
deeper
you're
analysis
thirsty.
thing.
Yeah.
That's okay. I feel you.
Because it's late in the season.
I feel you on that.
That free agency pool is dry.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. You get a flex guy that's going to get you some quarterback snaps that can get you some passing yards, some rushing yards, maybe a touchdown. I like how you thinking on that.
Touchdown.
I like how you thinking on that.
But that's a stretch, man. The only other guy I have in mind this week is Jordan Reed, the tight end for the 49ers. Ayuk is not going to be playing for the 49ers. He is literally the only thing going for the 49ers this week. So I'm like, hey, if you need a tight end, go ahead.
They returning Richard Sherman and Raheem Mostert, ain't they?
Yeah, they are, but
they're getting healthy.
That
as far as we talking fantasy.
Yeah, we talking fantasy. Mostert, I know you guys owners have been waiting to get this guy back on the field, but the quarterback situation with the 49ers is still trash. I would stay away from him.
Yeah, they getting healthy at the right time, but I think the idea of picking up Jordan Reed is a good thing. The 49ers are getting healthy at the right time, but that division is already running away from them.
Period, man. Hey, so you guys, Devontae Parker is your guy today.
Okay.
Pick up Devontae Parker. Pick up the Saints defense.
Stay away from any Bronco.
Stay away from any Bronco unless you're feeling froggy. And because I like what you're saying.
Okay.
Right. If you already got a quarterback that you feel good about, and you can add this dude in as a flex player when he's going to get you some quarterback snaps. On the deep analysis of that, I feel when you first said, I'm like, oh, you wilding, but it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yes, sir. Hey, so good luck, you guys. Like I said, I know you guys are getting ready for that playoff push. I'm trying to find a way to the top of my league. I'm tied with third. The top three teams have the same record. I'm third because of the points difference. But I see a way to the top. Y'all got to go ahead and wish me luck so I can get that first place bonus in my league. Okay. Gino, I need these spreads, though, bruh. Because I feel like every week I'm there, but it's one or two games that I miss and I end up blowing my parlay, man. How are you feeling this week as far as games and spreads?
Let's see, man. Let me check in. I was looking at college basketball today, but let me get to the NFL real quick.
Yeah, I know you was feeling some type of way. Why don't we do this? Why don't we hit this break if we can?
Yes.
Come back, hit them lines, get these picks in, find out if he really standing on all this Mitch Cap he been screaming the whole kickback.
We shall see. We'll be right back. You at the Kickoff Kickback.
WIFTBPM.
TheBlackMall.com and Black Coin presents Buy Black Weekend, November 27th through the 30th, making it easy for you to buy black with amazing black-owned vendors and business owners. This weekend is jam-packed with Buy Black Friday, Super Black Saturday, Award Sunday, and Black Monday, where we are virtually featuring, awarding, and shopping with the most blacknificent black-owned businesses in the Chicagoland area. And they're going to have crazy holiday deals. Visit TheBlackMall.com today and click on the Buy Black Weekend banner so you can RSVP and stay in the know. You can also become a featured business, but register right away before they're gone. For more information and check out our featured businesses, go to TheBlackMall.com. Buy Black. It's a lifestyle.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black as you black, and I'm black, y'all.
It's that time, man. It's time to make these picks for the NFL slate of games this week, man. It's only right that we let you know who to stand on when it comes to who you're picking for these games this week. As you know, Gene, myself, and Herb have been picking the games for the last, 5 weeks?
Whew.
It's time to give an update, man. It's my favorite part of the weekend.
I know it's your favorite part.
But let me go. Hey, it's a quick update this week, man. It was a tough slate of games. I feel like it was some tough matchups to kind of put our finger on.
Yeah.
Herb.
Yes, sir.
We're 8-5.
Really?
Yes, you were.
That's better than I thought. Because as I watched the games, I felt like it was a little worse. Like there was some tough games last week. There was a lot of weak teams playing other weak teams, and there was a lot of good teams playing other good teams, which makes for tough picks.
Right.
Gino.
I don't want to hear it.
You were 8-5.
Oh.
Come on. Last but not least, I was also 8-5, gentlemen. It's a three-way tie last week as far as the picks, man, which brought our total records. I'm at 42-23. Jen, you're right behind me at 41-24. You're right behind Gene. Herb at
40 and 25. Okay, cool.
We standing on our picks, man. There's no movement in between the last 2 weeks.
All right.
So we got to shake things up this week.
Got to shake things up.
Y'all ready to jump into it?
Man, before we get started, man, I just want to shout out Southern Methodist University.
Why in the hell are you shouting out
SMU? What they do to you, my brother? Who hurt you?
Let us know, bro.
They blew my 12-game parlay.
Woo.
Southern Methodist loses to East Carolina.
I see. That's the only red dot on that mug, bro.
You know, I said that I was going to cut my parlay down a couple games.
Give you a better chance. I feel you.
But when I get to these picks, something just reels me in every week. And it's like, I got to go for the gusto, man. What's a couple hundred to a couple thousand? What's the difference? What's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6?
You win it to win it. Hey, you play to win the game.
A couple, right?
Okay.
So
about 100. What do you say about 100K? What do you say?
About 40, 50 grand.
Right. That's what it was. Right.
That's yes, sir.
You know, man. So I feel like I don't want a couple hundred. I can come up on a couple hundred. I'm from the land. I'm from the soil. If I need a couple dollars, I can come up on.
We can figure that out.
Okay.
We can figure that out.
Yeah.
If you from over east,
we can figure that out.
If you from the soil,
you can figure that out.
A couple.
You got to figure it out.
A couple of them things, though.
Ooh, that's different.
That's different.
It's different.
So I'm going for the gusto, man. I'm making 12. You know, on one of these sites, you only allowed to up to 12 game parlay. On the other one, you can get up to 14.
Okay.
So I dibble and dabble. I go back and forth. You know, I just test the waters. And you know, this week I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay on the right wing this week. I'm gonna get down with who you get down with this week.
Okay. I'm looking at the games this week, and I'm feeling kind of good. I think it's gonna be a good week of picking games. With the Thursday slate of games, though, I think we all started off with at least one L. I think we all picked the Cowboys.
That was the most trash brand of football that I've seen all season.
Should have known what was going down. Hey, we didn't mention it. The Cowboys lost their strength and condition trainer over the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that was heavy to play with.
Marcus, what was his name?
I don't want to. The fact that he passed, I don't want to butcher his name.
Right.
Since he passed away, but that's heavy, man. When you a football player, especially, or any type of professional athlete, you spend a whole lot of time with the strength coach. More time than you spend with even the head coach, right? You spend the most time with your position coach, and then the next person you spend the most time with is the strength coach and the trainers. That's kind of how it is. And you get to know those guys very well. They push you to your absolute limits in that weight room, and they're a critical part of any professional franchise, man. So rest in peace to the coach. I know that's a heavy thing to play with. It really is.
Definitely. His name was Marcus Paul. He was 54 years old. Yep. Definitely rest in peace, man. That was a terrible situation coming out of Dallas during the week. They ended up losing on Thanksgiving to the Washington football team, a no-name team still, man. But, you know, I talked a lot of stuff about Alex Smith, man, but he runs that offense. I mean, they're definitely a competent offense. That running back, Gibson, the rookie, is definitely good, and Terry McLaurin through the air is a problem.
Yeah, they was decent, man. They were Alex Smith. I mean, you know, shout out to him for overcoming that horrendous leg injury
to start 3 games this year
and continue to be who he is.
Exactly, he's always been that guy.
Yep.
Like he could always orchestrate an offense. He's a very smart, high IQ quarterback.
Former number 1 pick.
You give him the chance. You give him the options to be able to see the field and make the right reads. He can do it. But the thing that stood out to me, he scrambled, got hit towards the sideline. First person to run over to pick him up was Dwayne Haskins.
That. I like that.
So that said a lot about Dwayne Haskins'
like
character.
He's come around over the last couple of weeks because he was hot when he lost that starting job.
Loss of their strength coach aside, Cowboys huff.
Oh my God,
huff.
They are, man.
They had 3
that Dak injury.
They had 3 of the worst decision making.
They were the number 1 offense in the NFL while Dak Prescott was the quarterback.
Really? Right. They was putting up 400 yards a game, but giving up 450.
That totally hasn't been the case. Ezekiel Elliott doesn't look like the running back we know and love.
Fumblerooski.
Yeah, it's bad for Dallas right now.
Man.
But they're in the Trevor Lawrence running. I'm sure Jimmy Jones over there is eyeing that top spot. He wants a quarterback. He wants his quarterback.
And they could possibly still win the NFC least.
Yeah. Woo. That thing going to go down to week 17.
That would be tragic. That would be tragic. Hey, without further ado.
Let's get into it.
Let's jump into it. Hey, the first game on.
As I make my picks live on air.
Gene is making his picks live on air. We're going to need the spread, and you got to let us know where these guys are playing at. Gino, first up, Chargers versus Bills. Where they at?
First up, Chargers versus Bills. We got the Buffalo Bills at the crib, -4 against the LA Chargers. Bam, I'm taking Buffalo and my boy Josh Allen.
Yeah, man. Anytime when it starts to turn late November, early December, you talking about going up to that Northeast in Buffalo, especially some boys from LA. Give me the Bills, man. Give me the Bills.
You see, I'm over here rubbing my neck because I'm already totally conflicted, man. Austin Eckler, the running back for the Chargers, is back. I know y'all. We talked a lot about my guy Kelvin Ballage.
Yeah. Who?
Hey, he had 20.
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, Austin Eckler, the workhorse. Where was he at? No, he was always with the Chargers. They just read him up, but he can catch out of the backfield, and he runs like a madman.
My brother, you said all that to say what?
I'm going with the Chargers, man.
You a liar.
I'm going with the Chargers, man.
This right off bat, Dolo T off the top, man. This is crazy.
The records that this man, Justin Herbert, is breaking. He's a touchdown machine.
He is.
The man got an arm.
Raymond Hubbard riding with you?
But the Bills,
Ray.
I'm not a believer
Ray
in
Wilden.
the Bills, y'all.
Ray Wilden, T. Wilden. Dolo T.
We're going with the Chargers.
Next.
I'm alone on the first pick. Next up, this may be my game of the week, y'all. Titans versus Colts. Two teams that are gritty. You know what I mean? Gino, hit us with the facts.
We got the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis, -3 over the Tennessee Titans.
Okay. Man, this is a tough one. Do we have a coin?
Right.
I need a flip, man, because I feel like two identical teams, man.
Division game.
Yeah. Man, and the Colts, I think the Colts took the first matchup. The Colts beat these guys, I think, 2 weeks ago.
In Tennessee.
Yep. Which way you going, Gino?
I'm taking the Colts, but I'm taking the money line, man. I don't know about that -3.
How you feeling, Herb?
I think that the Colts beat them last time in Tennessee. I think Tennessee comes there with something to prove. I think they get that running game going with King Henry. I think they control the clock. A mistake or two by Phillip Rivers. I'm going to roll with the Titans on this one. I think the Titans go into Indy, go into Lucas Oil, and come out with a dub.
I'm going with the Colts. I really like that offense that Phillip Rivers is putting together. He's wild, but, man, he's still slinging that mug in Indianapolis right now. I'm going with the Colts. I'm thinking they're going to pull this one out.
I see the comments. We got Colts with 3 and Tennessee with 2. So
all right, well,
that's going to be a hell of a matchup.
I'm Dolo on that one. I'm happy about it.
Dolo Herb.
I feel good about it.
Okay.
Hey, no Bears game at noon. That may be the one you guys watch. Up next, Panthers versus Vikings.
Panthers versus Vikings. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the crib, -3 over the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to have to go with the Vikings, man. I like what I saw from Carolina last week. Without Teddy Bridgewater, DJ Moore showed up really big. But I think the Minnesota Vikings, they see that light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that they can make that push. Because what are they in third?
They're in third place, a game behind the Vikings after losing last week. A game behind the Bears.
So they see that NFC North matchup tonight, and that could bode well for them. So I'm gonna take the Vikings, and I'm gonna take that -3, man.
They still got the Bears again. They right in the thick of it if they can get themselves together. Where's the game?
It's in Minnesota.
I'm with the Vikings.
I like the Panthers. You know what I mean, I feel
Is
like
Teddy Bridgewater back?
Somebody help us out in the comments. Let us know if Teddy Bridgewater is back. I'm going with the Vikings still. I like Delvin Cook. Hey, Adam Thielen has it working right now. The man is looking like one of the top receivers in the league. That bodes well for the Vikings. I'm going with those guys.
Yeah, I know Teddy Bridgewater was a game time decision. I haven't seen that update pop up just yet, but we'll see. Either way, I'm rolling with the Vikings.
The Vikings got the chat sold up. I see 5.
Clean sweep for the Vikings.
Yep.
Come on, this is Chicago. I need some people saying that the NFC North is taking an L today. The Bears would need that.
Yeah, they
Come
would.
on, y'all.
They would, but we in competition.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch you.
Right.
Can't
I
be giving
feel
away
that.
games.
Up next, we got the Browns versus the Jaguars.
The Browns versus the Jaguars. Let's go back to the top. Jacksonville +7 at the crib. I'm taking Cleveland. But I'm not taking that minus. I'm not taking that -7.
Okay. Herb.
Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland. The Jaguars are trash. Like, give me Cleveland.
That's Cleveland across the board. The Browns have done us well. I think every time we pick the Browns.
Yeah, they've showed up for us.
Yeah, they showed up for us. I'm going with them as well. Up next, we have the Giants versus the Bengals. Now, a piece of news. Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Gene before he walked in here, it feels like this injury happened longer than a week ago. But last week, the man tore his ACL. Once they got him under the scope, they saw he also tore his MCL.
Mm-hmm.
You got a tough road back for the rookie number 1 quarterback, number 1 draft pick last year.
Yeah.
Those guys are riding with a backup for the rest of the year, man. Bengals versus Giants. What do y'all
Who's
feel?
the backup?
You know what? It's one of those guys where if
a journeyman,
you would have never knew he was on the roster if Joe Burrow didn't get hurt.
Somebody let us know out there who's the quarterback for the Bengals. Cincinnati at home +6.5. That's tough, man. I'm gonna leave this game alone as far as my bread is concerned, but I'm going Bengals, man.
Woo! Out on the limb, Herb.
Giants have been playing well as of late.
They have.
You lose your starting quarterback, you come in with a backup. Bengals, I don't see it for them. I don't like the matchup for them. I'm rolling with the Giants in this one.
Look, the Bengals lost their best player. That's what losing Joe Burrow means. The Giants have been putting together an impressive season after they lost their best player.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes is showing that maybe he was worth the draft pick. The backup running back for the Giants, Willie Gallman, is running strong, man. I like
now
the
you
Giants.
telling me you know the backup running back for the Giants, but you can't tell me who the backup quarterback for the Bengals
you know I be chilling watching
is?
bootleg.
Brandon Allen?
That's the quarterback for the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he black?
I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. I have
Gino,
no idea.
before we move on, are you standing with that Bengals pick?
Cincinnati is expected to start former practice squad quarterback Brandon Allen or Ryan Finley.
Gino, is that your final answer?
Dolo Gene. I mean, I'm gonna be Dolo again tonight.
Dolo on the Bengals.
Dolo Gene
You
and on
never
the
know.
Bengals
Real
today.
talk. You never. Any given Sunday, bro. You know what I mean, we'll see how the Bengals respond. I'm going with the Giants. Herb is going with the Giants. Gino, we see how you come when the dust clears.
Dolo G
Yes,
on
sir.
the Bengals.
Let's get it.
Up next, we got Dolphins versus Jets. Y'all know how I feel about the Jets, y'all.
The New York Football Jets +7 at the crib. Who's the quarterback for Miami? Fitzpatrick?
Yes, Ryan
Fitzmagic.
Yes.
Fitzmagic.
Miami and New York. Dolphins got their ass whooped last week,
They
didn't they?
did. It was surprising.
Against who?
The Broncos.
In Denver?
In Denver, yeah.
Do the Jets get their first win of the year today?
You know what? I don't think the Jets are going to win a single game this year. Is it their best opportunity for a win? Maybe, but that Dolphins defense makes you pay.
I'm taking the Dolphins. I'm not taking that -7, though. I'm taking the money line.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't believe in any one of them teams to give them that, much of it.
Yeah, we ain't taking it to the bank.
But I can't see the Jets winning. And I also like the fantasy tip that came from T earlier on Devontae Parker getting loose now that he's got a quarterback pass first quarterback who's able to read the defense and make those throws against a porous Jets defense. Give me the Dolphins in this one.
I need a big game from Devontae Parker, so I'm totally going with the Dolphins. I don't want to mix up who I'm rooting for and have it all conflicted during the game. I'm going with the Dolphins in this one for sure. Jets is sorry. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Falcons. We'll touch that after we come back from a break. We are kicking it at the Kickoff Kickback live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
WIFTBPM.
What's up, good people? You're listening to I Said What I Said with Tucson Warner and Herb Howard. You'll never breed a warrior.
Warriors, come out to play.
Shh. You hear that? And that's what's happening at every angle. They're creating paradigms where we can only raise feminine men. Whether they're homosexual or not, they feminine as shit.
Sure, because all masculinity is toxic.
All masculinity is toxic in a war-torn society where the dominant society is saying to your ass, we don't never want no warriors.
Right.
You bastards. Any book you've ever read, you can read the Bible, goddammit. When they go and they destroy some shit, they kill all the boy babies.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even want you growing up to think you're going to do some shit to me.
Animals do the same thing. If I come over here and I take over this village now or whatever, like this gonna be my pride. First thing I'm doing, killing the male boys, like killing the male babies.
Don't you even grow up with that attitude,
Don't you
little
even think about it.
Ever.
Okay?
Bitch.
Right. You ain't my daddy, you damn right I ain't your daddy. Fuck your fort, little nigga.
Fuck your fort.
You're not my dad.
Oh man, I laugh at this shit in public.
That's real.
I laugh at this stuff in public.
That's real though, right? Tucson Warner and Herb Howard live on What's in It for the Black People Media, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Lord knows that I've been avoiding mirrors. Every time I'm in them, see the picture getting clearer. But I value life more, cause my death is getting nearer. When my mama tried to warn me, nigga wasn't trying to hear her. Pulling on my rag, telling me to lead the game. One shit up in the crib, so the streets is where I came. If I had a daddy, then some shit would probably change. But that wasn't what it was, so I kicked it in the Saints. Had a little squad, young niggas went hard. We believe what we was seeing, we ain't thinking about God. We was thinking about work, who we gon' stick first. Cause my mama ain't half for me to get it out of purse. Big Vic taught me how to hustle till it hurt. Big Maul told me Peter Paul said try 'em all. Lost my big brothers and I lost my first son. I ain't look up in the sky, put my back against the wall. If a nigga try me, he gon' feel it. I got a lot of pain, I've been trying to hold it in. I've been running from the pen, but it seemed like the only way for me to make it out is right about just how a nigga made it in. I had to be ruthless, couldn't have no remorse. I couldn't stay on that path, so I had to switch course. And the source was in me, cause it forced me to be everything I became in these streets. Lord knows I'm a product of the projects, and I took a lot, now I make deposits. Hella bones in my closet, I ain't here to bet my soul. If a nigga fuck with me, then I'ma put him in the hole. Lord knows I'm a product of the block, but the block don't define who I am. I'm a man.
Shout out to everybody tuned in to the Kickback. We see you on YouTube. We see you on
y'all
Facebook.
out there.
Yes, thank y'all for tuning in and touching base with the brothers. It's only right you get your football fix with Herb, Gene, and me.
Peace to the family, man. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us on the Kickoff Kickback, man. We got these red cups going. I hope y'all got
Hope
the red
y'all got
cup
it going, man. Y'all got to be partaking in the kickback, man.
Absolutely. Hey, whether you got your champagne and your
Whatever
cup
it
or
is.
your paper, you feel me? You like definitely go ahead and get your vice cracking for this football Sunday. Man, we were jumping into our picks before we got into a break.
Yeah.
Let's jump right back into it, man. I said Raiders versus Falcons was next up. Gino, give us the facts.
Let's get it. Raiders versus Falcons. Hold on. Let me.
The Raiders.
Let me see. Raiders versus Falcons.
Okay.
We got.
Nate still sleeping through the kickback. DJ, you a fool,
y'all
my
so
G.
bogus, man.
That was definitely a PR note from these people. They letting them rest today.
We got the Falcons at the crib plus 3.5. I might have to ride out with Matty Ice and Company today, man. And I'm taking that plus 3.5.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm impressed.
Are you with him, Herb?
No. That's why I'm impressed.
Okay.
But listen, I love Julio Jones. He can take over any game. He could put 203. He could put 203 touches on you.
Facts.
Any given Sunday. And the Raiders don't necessarily have nobody to stop him from doing that. So I'm not hella confident. But the Raiders have been playing good ball for the majority of the year. I'm gonna roll with the Raiders.
They have, man. And I actually had a good conversation with a Oakland Raiders fan. He's not feeling the Vegas angle of the Raiders.
Me either.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah. That's
Julio Jones is out.
Jones.
You want to switch
out.
over? We'll let you come back because he really the only chance they got to win in the game.
Is that your final answer, Gene? Are you riding with the ATL?
Is that he's the only win?
They got Calvin Ridley.
Gurley is in the back. I think he's still leading the running backs and touchdowns.
I'm taking the Falcons plus 3.5.
Yeah, I feel much better now that Julio is out. About going with the Raiders.
I'm glad I saw that. I'm going with the Raiders as well.
DJ, right on, my G. You out there working hard in the production
Shout
studio,
out
letting
to the
us
producer.
know.
We see you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm going with the Raiders as well. Like you said, Herb, those guys been playing good football at all facets. They have a great running game, a good passing game. The defense gets turnovers. I'm going with the Raiders, y'all.
Yeah, the Raiders are running the chat right now. So
Gurley
is out. Gurley is out too.
Ooh,
last chance.
Hey, can y'all hit that?
Hey,
y'all got that rewind button back there.
Last chance.
Run that back.
Falcons out. Raiders in.
The Raiders.
We'll swap it out.
Shout out to the chat. Man,
we'll swap it out.
Hey, shout out to the chat. Phil Samuels, Chemo Sabi, everybody out there chiming in, man.
Y'all coming
joining
through
the conversation.
That's
man.
what the kickback is
Yes,
for, man.
Yes. Hey, up next, Cardinals versus Patriots, y'all.
Let's see. We
You
got
got Scam versus Kyler Murray.
Scam at home +1 against the Arizona Cardinals.
Vegas don't like that one.
Yeah, +1. That's
it's like, you know what?
I might lead out on the loan as far as this is concerned. I got to take the Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to roll too, man. The Cardinals got a lot to play for right now. They're in the middle of a tightly contested playoff race. It's 3 teams in their division that's in contention, but the wild card is still there for them as well. I think for the most part, they've played good ball. For the most part, the Patriots have not played good ball. Never count out Bill Belichick. Never even count out Scam. But I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals in this one as well.
I'm conflicted with this one, y'all, because the Cardinals are not necessarily playing good football right now. I don't know what's happened to that run game, and it was key to their success early on in the season. DeAndre Hopkins hasn't been the explosive weapon that we know him to be over the last week or two. Yes, he had that big game-winning touchdown, but that was really his biggest play of the season. You know, it was a really quiet game before that. I'm going to let my fan lead me in this one, man. I'm hoping that the Cardinals can get it back on the right track. I'm saying it's
you president of the Kyler Murray Club. What do you mean?
That's where I'm going. I'm calling a big game for Kyler Murray on the ground and through the air. I'm going with the Cardinals.
All right, clean sweep for the Redbirds.
I see 5 Cardinals and 2 Pats in the chat.
All right.
Up next, we got Saints versus Broncos, and we talked about this one early on in the show. Herb, they got an equipment manager. Man. I don't want to disrespect the man because he did play quarterback at Wake Forest, but he's a practice squad wide receiver.
Bro, you're not even good enough to be a active roster player at your own position. You coming in to play the most important position?
They probably needed the books to realize that they even had him on the roster. Like, Kendall played quarterback. Maybe
Drew Brees will be out of this game by the end of the 3rd quarter.
Drew Brees
is out of the game
shelf.
anyway.
This is Taysom Hill.
Oh, that's good.
Drew Brees is Humpty Dumpty. They try to put them together.
I forgot. Either way, they don't need. My point is they don't need him.
And they got New Orleans -16.5.
I'm taking all that.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking all that. They're gonna beat them boys by at least 17. Dude gonna turn the ball over at least 3 times. He won't produce 200 yards. Like the Saints defense is my fantasy pick of the day. The Saints team is definitely my blowout pick of the day. Dude, listen, no disrespect against dude, but you don't just come off the street and play quarterback in the NFL. There's 32 of them dudes in the world for a reason.
It don't work that way.
They're gonna run the ball every play.
Yeah, and if you put 8 in the box,
100%.
you shut that down. They don't get 200 yards. You turn the ball. That game cooked. Give me the Saints all day.
This is definitely going to be the game that they pull bloopers from for the rest of the year.
Damn.
I'm just gonna watch this one to see how bad it gets. I'm going with the Saints.
Ray, you capping.
Ray is a special guy, man.
He
Ray,
is.
You just saying Denver just for fun. Just because you can. Just because you can, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kimo Sabi said they just asked him to play QB for Denver after the show is over.
That's DJ
you know
in the production studio,
I had my phone on
man.
Do Not Disturb. They may have called me too, brother.
Right? Hey.
Gino, how you feeling?
Loosen up the old joint. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna bring her played in the Red West, man.
Loosen up the old joint, man. Listen, to be
over
with
that
me.
Achilles, but
yeah, my Achilles is trash. So look, I was watching the fight over at Quantum Martial Arts, the dojo that our brother Marquin McDonald, he was supporter of the show. Shout out to the brother Q. Was watching it over at his dojo last night. So after the thing, he like, I'm ready to fight. I'm like, dude, I'll beat your ass. So he give me the gloves and shit. We go to bouncing around. I'm bouncing around trying to move around the ring. Well, I was tired, boy. By the time I got done trying to walk down the stairs, I'm like, my legs ain't done nothing all year, G. Like I was tired. Like Shout out to Q for not beating my ass last night. I appreciate you.
I see you, Herb.
Shout out to Q for not treating you like Lil Nate last night.
Right.
Some respect. You knew you had to be here this morning.
Right.
So I see, the Saints are running the chat outside of Ray. Ray said he's taking the underdog.
Yeah, all right.
Ray, you on your own on
You
this
all
one.
Definitely
cap.
on your own.
Dolo Ray.
Up next, Jenna, did you put your...
Yeah, I got the Saints. I ain't
Okay.
taking that minus 16.5, though. I ain't taking it.
All right,
I go
I
with
feel
the
you.
money line, but definitely the Saints.
Yeah.
49ers versus Rams, y'all.
49ers versus Rams. We got the Rams minus 5.5 in L.A.
Give me them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Rams. I don't know about that minus 5.
Give me that.
Y'all taking that?
You know, I feel like
Yeah,
the
they
Rams...
win by 6.
The Rams are that team that play up to their opponent, man. You know, I expect them to play well versus good teams. I expect them to struggle versus bad teams. I think the 49ers got a chance to pull it out. But I'm not putting my money on that one. I'm going with the Rams.
Okay.
LA to keep their hot streak going for sure.
Rams
across the board for us.
Rams across the board.
And Rams running the chat. We see you. Up next.
Look at Ray. He a fool. I'm done with him.
That's Mr. Anti, we see you.
Right.
Yo, Chiefs versus Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay at the crib plus 3.5. I'm definitely taking the Chiefs. Am I taking that minus 3?
You taking the Chiefs over the Buccaneers?
I'm taking the Chiefs and the spread minus 3.5.
Okay. Herb, is Tom Brady going to get these guys back on track?
Nope. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm going with the Chiefs as well. Like I said last week, that offense is too potent. The Sunday night game, man. Our Bears versus the Cheeseheads.
In the cap moment of the morning, cap moment of the kickback. Come on.
Gino,
I got the Bears, man.
Ooh,
I got the Bears, bro. Now, I'm not betting. I'm not putting my money on
All right,
them.
tell us what it is, though. Where we at?
Green
What's the
Bay
line?
at the crib minus 8.
Green Bay at the crib.
Green Bay at home minus 8.
Yes.
I'm taking the Bears, man.
Okay.
Should I take this plus 8? No.
And you know what? Herb, I'm still thinking on it. What are you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling like the Bears. Listen, if I wasn't so fucking blindly loyal to the Bears, I wouldn't be down 2 games to y'all right now.
So why not take?
I've been taking the Bears, and I've been taking that L for weeks now,
Yes.
and now I found myself in 3rd place. I'm not riding with them. I hope to God they win the game. I'm going to be cheering for them as hard as I ever do. But I'm not picking them, man. Give me the Packers.
Man, I'm sitting here because I totally cannot see myself saying that the Packers are going to win. I just like on the tip of my tongue.
It's tough.
This is the week where I feel like my fandom is going to take over.
Wow.
I'm going Bears, man.
The world is upside down. I'm Dolo against the Bears.
Yes, sir, T.
Wow.
I'm nervous about that one, y'all. Up next, Seahawks versus Eagles in the Monday night game.
Philadelphia at the crib plus 6.5. I'm taking Seattle, but I'm not taking that money. I'm taking the money line.
Yeah, it'll probably be tight, man. They might win. They might pull it out on the last drive, might come down to a field goal. But Russell Wilson and them boys will find a way to fly east, which is always a tough trip, coming from the West Coast to fly east.
Yep.
I think they'll get it done, though. They got an extra night to get acclimated to the time change. Give me the Seahawks in Philly.
I'm going with the Seahawks as well. They get Chris Carson back in the backfield. He's been gone for a few weeks. They got a win last week against the Cardinals. I'm thinking they go ahead and get number 2 in a row and start to tune up that engine for the playoffs.
Yeah.
One of my Super Bowl sleepers, we'll see. Last game. This game is pushed from Thanksgiving to Tuesday
forgot about
night.
that one.
Ravens versus Steelers. It's a toss-up. Neither of these guys have a full slate of players.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up with this one.
Ravens versus Steelers. Steelers minus 10 at the crib.
Wow, that's
no
disrespectful.
Lamar.
No respect.
I'm definitely taking Pittsburgh, but I'm not taking that spread.
That is disrespectful.
Herb.
You got to show me that you can beat the Steelers. They ain't lost yet. I ain't gonna predict them to lose this week, especially no Lamar Jackson. I am rolling with the Steelers, but that 10 is a little disrespectful. The Ravens are a little better than that.
You know what? I feel like COVID has a lot to do with it, man.
True.
Everybody that matters is dealing with COVID for the Ravens right now.
True.
Steelers down a running back. I'm still going with those guys to stay perfect. Put me down for the Steelers. Yo.
What up, though?
Another week in the books, man. You guys just kicked it out at the kickoff kickback.
Appreciate y'all coming through.
For Herb Howard, Eugene McIntosh, man. I'm Terrence Tomlin.
For Nate Robinson.
Woo.
R.I.P. Nate
We're going to send up some prayers. I hope y'all send up some prayers for the brother on Sunday at the service today. I can't wait to get back here next Sunday and chop it up with y'all. We'll be right back, man. I mean, excuse me. We won't be back till Sunday. We'll see y'all next weekend.
Peace and blessings, man.
Peace.
Trained to be asking, I'm trained to go get it. If it's sustained, then you know I'm gon' hit it. Take nobody with me, don't need co-defenders. No lean in my cup, I